So I'm going to select the front plane and then I'm going to model this particular component, and then I'm going to model this eye end and then the pin, or I will try to model the pin separately and then I'll be bringing it in. So I'll be doing it like few components in a single window. So to make you understand for today's class, it will be done in a different manner. Okay, so this is the front view. I'm going to select this particular sketch. So now I'm going to revolve this. I'm going to revolve this, then I'm going to extrude, and then I'm going to finish all these things. Okay, so initially I am creating this particular profile to revolve since it is a hollow. Then I am creating a line and then I am converting that into an construction. Now this particular radius is 24 and diameter is 24. So then the radius is 12. So go and click dimensions. So the radius is 24. And from here to here, once again the radius is 12. And from the center point to this edge, it is 28. And this height is 18. So I'm going to create another line and I'm going to make a mirror here. Mirror. Oh, sorry, I have by mistake I have selected the mirror line also. Select mirror line. So it is a fully constrained sketch. I'm going to use the revolve command. Select the two profiles. Select the axis. I have created these two parts. Okay. Okay. Next is this particular part. Okay, I have to create this part. So to create sketch, as usual, we need the reference project. I have selected the edges. Okay, so I have to make this arc, and from the center point, this distance is 30. Draw a line. So this also make these two lines equal. And next, using the trim command to remove the excess. Once again, equal. So from center to this particular location, it is 30. Everything is equal. These two components are also equal. Now make an arc. With center point, you can make an arc. This outer radius is 32. Center to this is 30. This particular distance is from the center, it is 30. Hmm. Okay, yeah, yes. Okay. Center to
Center. Should be 14 inch.
oh, you created in the first sketch itself. Yeah, wait. Okay. So this is the mistake. Thank you. It's 32. This should be concentric. Now let me connect these two. So it should be tangential. See, if I extrude like this, okay, there will be a small gap that will be created here. So in order to avoid it, I have to extend this. Visual style, I'm changing this to wireframe. So this particular thickness is 28. Symmetric. Joint. Okay. So if you see, so this cylindrical icon represents, okay, that whatever part or model that you are doing. So it is a body. Okay. And then we have to extend this. Okay, from this particular point to the end, it is 104. So here once again create sketch. So kindly follow this, just pushing this inside, then selecting these two outermost points and I'm giving this particular coincident constraint here. So here also very similarly, select this arc coincident. Okay. Then from the center to the edge, it is 104. 104. Finish. So this also has same thickness, but you can use this option up to object. You can select this object. Use symmetry. Hmm? Yeah. Yeah. So stand type. Yeah, I'll be defining the distance along. So this distance is 28. Once again, I have joined this. Now I have to take this profile, remove this profile. So go to sketch here. Model this distance. So there is no proper definition of this. Okay. Make an arc here. Center point. My center point. From here, make an arc. Finish sketch. Use the revolve command. Select the profile. Select this axis and give the cut option. Okay. So now let me use this feature and go for mirror. Mirror plane will be this one. Okay. So now select both the feature, mirror, mirror plane. Okay. And finally, we have to model the circle. So diameter is 25. So if you see this particular fork, I have done this much amount of sketches. Okay. So later I will convert this into a component. Later I will convert this into a component. So now I will directly make this I end as a component. Directly I'll create it. Okay. If you go and click create, you have new component. Just go and click new component, and this is I end. Okay. No need for any parent here. Okay. You can see here body has a cylindrical icon, component has a cubical icon. Okay. Next, I'm going to sketch everything. Okay. So here similarly, I'll be creating one revolve and then I'll be extruding this and other options. Okay. Go and select this, create project. I'll try to use this as my reference. Whenever you are creating your own references, it is easy for you. If I am modeling the fork, easily the next components will be modified. So that is why I'm creating like this. Once again, need the other edges also. Okay. Convert this into construction line. So this radius is 24, diameter is 24. So once again, from center to this, By default, it is 24. So this is what we have to define. 24. Finish sketch. You have to revolve this. Okay. Next, I have to extrude this component. So go and click the origin for this particular component. Select. Okay, I have to hide this. I am selecting the sketch. Okay, I'm in this. Think I am in that sketch. Well, for confusion. You can use wireframe or you can use slice. Okay. Once again, project. Go and select the bodies. Since it is a circular component, you have to do it from the center. So from the center to the edge, it is 86. The distance from center to the edge, it is 86. As to extend, we can extend this up to this edge. Not able to catch that. So let me define it from the center. From the center to this point, I'm giving this as 12. I have to hide this body. Now enable it. So this is join. Flow direction 28. So if you wanted to enable all the other components, you can see it is in a highlighted manner. Go and click this. Okay, you will be able to get this particular component. Right click. You need to create the appearance for this to differentiate. I have not modeled this shaft or this particular section. So once again, go and enable this. Select this particular face. Since I have not created any reference, I have to close this loop. This is my access. Next, as usual, mirror. Be careful while selecting your references. You have to select the reference of this component. Okay. Distance 25. Go on, enable this. Now I am trying to create the as-built joints construction. Sorry, as-built joints. Okay, this is a revolute joint. Okay, convert this into revolute. To if you go and check, you won't be able to do that because this fork is a body. Okay, so if you wanted to convert this body into a component, right click, create component from bodies. You can see now fork is also now is a component. Okay. Now go to assembly, as built joint. So you can select, now you can see, you can select two components, then go to revolute and select any one of the places where no you are having this function. Okay. Now you have created the revolute joint. Now you, okay, I have to ground any one of the components. So I am grounding the I end, or we can also ground the fork end. It's up to you. So it's fork end or I end. I have grounded it. So you can see after grounding, you can see a pin symbol here. Now you can rotate this fork end. So this is how we are created the as-built joint. So I'll try to build this pin here. Okay, it's a mild steel. So this is another way of creating the components. Okay. So selected this, go to slice. So this is what I wanted to capture, create, project, intersect, which locations. So from here, this location. And then you need the head portion here. So this is 12 and 38. 12, 38. Let me create a 34 minus 38. I'm using the coincident constraint to arrest this. Thirty-eight minus 12 divided by 2. Okay, 38 minus 24, sorry, not 12. And this whole height is 80. This is not a vertical line. Mistake here. These two lines should be collinear. P. Okay, whatever plane I have selected, which plane, there is a mistake. So that is why it is not coming correctly. Okay, so I have selected by mistake a different plane, and that is why this error is happening. So I have selected the origin here. So instead of that, go and select the origin of this fork. So then no, there will be no trouble. I have done a mistake here. Now let us go and see. Next. Create. This is the correct plane. Again, same. Select these two. Create. I wanted to define this particular location, so it is 38 minus 24 divided by 2. This height is 12. Okay. 80. Now I'm going to just revolve this. So go to revolve. Have to select the profile. This is the profile, and this is the axis. And this you have to create this as a new component. Here you have to create this as a new component. View OK. Separately, you'll get a new component here. Choose your pin. Now I will so once again as build joint. Select these two joints. This is the joint location. So whenever I'm creating the joints here, you can see there is a new folder called joints, which is getting enabled. Next one, I'll be creating the taper pin and the collar separately, then I'll be inserting it. Okay. Go to new. So the dimension of the pin is diameter, outer diameter is 38, inner diameter is 24, thickness is 12. Alone. Create a hollow circle, then you can do it. This is So next, go to hole. This is the next option which is available there. Select the face and then reference. Where is the reference? So I have selected the outer circle as a reference, and here the diameter is 24. Thirty-eight. Next, you have a taper pin. So to create the taper pin, I'm creating a center plane, center line. Now I'm using the collinear constraint. Finish sketch. I have revolved this. Okay. Now I will insert the collar here. Right click, insert into current session. Now to insert this, you have to use normal joint. So you can use rigid joint because this is going to attach to it, or you can also give revolute joint. It's up to you. Revolute joint. So first, let me select this component here. Okay. We hide. I just wanted to create a pin with this part itself. So this. Go and check this origin. Okay, this is the origin I wanted because I'll be tracing this and then I'll be creating it. We select the sketch. Go to slice. Project. Perfect. Okay. Okay. I'm just tracing this line. So from this center point, so from this particular center point to the center point, I have drawn this. Now I'm going to revolve this once again. This is a separate component. So create this as new body. Give OK. So this is a pin. So to complete this, use this press pull option. Just give extra 6 mm, whatever is there. At the back end also 6 mm. Then use the fillet option. So pin is a separate component. Now you can use the rigid joint here, as built joint, because we have created everything in the same sketch. Go to as built joint, select these two components. Instead of give rigid, we finish the appearances alone. So this pin, since I have enabled for the collar, I have enabled the origin. So like that, for high end also, I think I have enabled the origin. So you can disable the origins. So this particular symbol denotes that you have done the joints in different components. So now after this, just do a basic simulation. This is a static problem. So you have to define. So fork-end is forged steel and this is mild steel. So all these three components are mild steel and all these three components are forged steel. So you have this particular workflow. Initially, we have started with a normal simulation studies. This simplify will be helping you to remove these kind of very small features, which will be consuming more meshing at these curves and in these joints. You will be you will be forced to create more nodes. So that is why you can use the simplify. Next, you go to materials. So you can see these are normally steel. And if I wanted to create different material, then you can go and click here. I don't know whether forged steel is there or not. No, to just no, to change it, I'm telling you can modify it like this. So generally, no, people will no design in such a manner so that the pin will be failing first. The major components, for example, this I end and fork end should not fail. Okay, whenever additional loading is given. So in that case, either this pin will fail due to double shear or this particular pin will fail. Okay, that is how the design should be done. So that is why forged steel is used in fork end, and for pin collar and taper pin, they are using mild steel. Forged steel has very high strength. Okay, because of the no process that it is undergoing. Yeah. So there will be an error here because I have not created a hole in this component. I have not created a hole in the component. So mostly there will be an error here. To avoid that, I'll just disable pin and collar and I'll do the analysis. Okay. Constraints. So if you go for structural constraint, you have all these different constraints: fixed pin, frictionless, remote. I'm going to fix this end. Generally, this is called as boundary condition, and then this is the loading condition. So I'm going to apply the force in this direction. I'm going to flip the direction. Mostly joints will be designed to take tensile load. Okay. 10 Newton force. So after this, I have to define the contacts because everything is a different no component. So I'm creating the contacts here. Then after this, meshing should be done. So in Fusion 360, meshing is not proper. Okay. So if you wanted to modify the mesh, go to right click, mesh settings. Here you can modify. If you wanted to do more, you can go for advanced. Basically, this is enough. So there is one error. Visibility turned off for some of the bodies. Okay, I have removed this because while doing parent element analysis, this pin, this taper pin and the pin, no, there will be interface. There will be interference. Okay, that is why I have removed it. Just going to give solve. So in cloud or local. So normally, if you are doing it initially, it is better that you can do it in cloud. If you wanted to do it in local, no, it will be downloading the server. So not the server, it will be downloading the solver. Okay. Let me solve this. See if there is any. So normally I have meshed everything and then you can see now the workflow, all the no finite element model is transferred to the cloud. And no, the cloud itself, no, all the no, numerical equations are getting solved and then you'll be getting the results. Okay. Then you can do the final post processing here. Okay. You can see sending all the data is transferred to your server. Okay. And not server, cloud server, and it is no getting solved here.